as of now, we have completed here order to cash cycle. Okay. Maybe last step is pending. That's not an issue. We'll cover it. Okay. Then other than that, like there are other cycles also, like procure to pay cycle. And then we have RMA also, return material authorization. Then back to back order. These are all the various flows actually. And now next is drop shipment. So today we'll focus on drop shipment. Then in the next coming classes, we'll cover the rest of the flows here. Okay. Drop shipment here mainly, whenever if you don't have a quantity, then we'll ask supply to deliver goods directly to the customer. So let's say your company name is Dell company. Okay. So in the Dell company, you don't have a stock. You got a order from a customer saying that they would like to purchase 10 laptops. We have taken as of now one customer, that is AT&T Universal Card it is. Correct? 1 second guys. That is speed is not sufficient actually. Let's see this. Our today's concept here is drop shipment. Okay. So let's say your customer name is or your company name is Dell. Okay. And your customer name is AT&T Universal Card. This is a customer. Okay. So this customer would like to purchase 10 laptops from you. And once you get an order, you identified there is no stock available. Okay. So at that time, what we will do, instead of losing this particular customer, we'll purchase from other supplier. This is the customer actually. Customer and here supplier. Okay. Supplier may be anything, let's say another company, another Lenovo. Okay. Or any shop we can say. That's better. Okay. So once you get an order from a customer to your company, then if you don't have a stock availability, then we are advising suppliers to deliver directly goods to the customer so that we are avoiding the shipping option. So we are not shipping actually. Our company is not shipping as we don't have a stock. So that's why it is called as a drop shipment. It is. So definition wise, it is simple, but what we have to do, we need to go for certain steps here. So those are all called as a prerequisites. It is. So first prerequisite is item creation. Whatever we created in the O2C cycle, like some additional things we have to do for this for item creation. Now we can go to, as usually, inventory module. Then here items, master items, V1 here, your organization. This is a master organization, but we can take here child organizations also. Those are all M1, and then this M1 is a warehouse here. Like M1 is a child organization, we can do transactions here. So go to V1 here, and then item creation here. Let's say drop shipment item. There is a laptop I'm saying, and then click on save here. So once you click on save here, we have to enable certain attributes here. Like you can go to order management tab. So there are certain attributes we have to enable here. These are all called as an item attributes. Okay, item attributes. So with this, we can control the flow here. If you don't check this checkbox here, if it is not shippable, we will not be able to deliver goods to the customer. So it will stop at the shipping only. And if you don't check this customer order, then customer cannot buy the goods from us. So directly, right now here, you are checking the checkbox here, but it is not allowing here. It is saying customer orders enabled cannot be yes, unless it is the first one is yes here. So both are dependent here. The moment you check here, it will check automatically. Okay. So instead of enabling manually, then we can simply copy from here. Copy from. There are certain templates. These templates are already available here. See, there are many templates. These templates will have already enabled attributes. We can simply inherit here. So I am selecting here purchased item or simply purchased also. Then click on apply. Then done here. Save. Then this item must be accessible from another warehouse. That's an organization assignment here. Right now it is V1. Instead of going down like this, you put a query here saying that F11 or function F11, then warehouse M1, control F11. Because this company having many inventory organizations. If it is one or two, no worries. You can enable here itself. Then save. Okay. So as of now, 3 steps I have done. One is item creation, then organization assignment, then one more here is copy from template. So what is the benefit of template? Template will have already readily enabled attributes that you can inherit it to your item. So this is the first step. So while creating a first step, so there is one option here. Again, instead of closing this, there is an option like this. If you click on this, you can come to the previous screen here, previous form. Okay. So if you go to purchasing tab here, there is a price, list price here. Right now it is an optional, but it is required for our flow. If you don't enter, you will stuck at one point. So list price is mandatory here. So right now I'm not entering list price because I would like to generate an issue. And in the same way, there is a default buyer we have to enable here. So as we are going to purchase, we don't have a stock right now, but we are going to purchase from supplier. Definitely buyer is the authorized person here. Buyer we have to add. Let's say buyer I'm adding stock. Percentile we have to give. This is the buyer. If you don't add buyer, there is another option also. Okay. So right now I'm saving here. The other option here is there is a profile option. The second option here is profile. Profile means system will give you the value. Okay, here I have gave manually default buyer, but usually system also can pick the value. So how it will pick here is there is a profile name OM colon population of buyer code. It's a big name. Buyer code for dropship lines. Is that all? So this where we need to enable here is you can go to one responsibility here. There is a system administrator. So here no need to create a transactions, miscellaneous transaction and all. Like O2C, not required because we are not going to add the stock here. Stock not at all required in this flow. Now the profiles where we can enable here is one responsibility, that is system administrator. This is the responsibility. Then profile system. Okay. There is a responsibility name or is username also we can enable. Username. Username is operations. Your user, if you are working on your user, then definitely you have to give your username here. Right now I am giving operations only. So as I mentioned on profile name, you just read once. OEM population of buyer code for dropship lines. You simply give your OEM. Just check whether it will give. So can you see OEM population of buyer code for dropship lines. So site level is order creator. Here only one value will be there. Yes. If you click on this LOV, only one value. So whoever creating a sales order, that guy can act as a buyer here. So sales order in which module will create? Order management, correct? And buyer, which module it is? Purchase order. Okay. So same person, say these two roles will be played by a same person here. So this is not required here. If you give your order creator, for example here, if you want to enable this value, then that is not required. That is means in inventory. Any one we have to do. Go to items, master items, V1, then F11, dropship item. Here is the place, purchasing tab. This is not required because I have selected order creator. So if you give a default buyer, then there we need to remove that. Any one you have to do, correct? And another thing is, I am not entering a list price here. I wanted to generate the error. Okay. Visually you have to give here and save. There are certain notes also I have mentioned in this. Let's see. So once you finish this class, follow the notes. Okay. Don't go video. Otherwise it will waste your time. See, item creations and all you already gone through in O2C, right? Why again need to play the video? Not required. So everything is there. Organization assignment, purchasing tab, what is it? I mentioned here, purchasing price, default buyer optional, correct? These are all the attributes you have to enable. And then assign sales price to the item. So price list we have already seen, right? Earlier, that's the one thing. And profile option just before we completed. This is a profile option name. OEM, it's a big name. Population of buyer code for dropship lines it is. So we have to set null value, set value to null to have system retrieve the buyer information from the master item. Okay. Then these are all okay. Buyer navigation, I think we have already seen earlier in P2P. P2P is as not covered. I'll show you now. Buyer navigation here is go to purchasing tab. Setup. Personal. Then buyers. This is the navigation. Just I'm showing you the navigation. You don't need to do anything. Because buyer, if it is new employee, if you want to add the buyer, then you can come and add here. Let's say I'm clicking on go. So these are all the buyers are there in the system. There are next 10 records, next 10 records. There are many records. So many buyers are there here. If you want to add any employee as a buyer, then go to add buyer and then click on this. And here is the place you need to mention the name here. In this flow, you don't need to add anything. Let's say Banerjee, I would like to add a buyer. So simply select the employee, click on save. That's it. Very easy step. And one more thing is price, we have to set it up. Price, already repetitive step in order management, O2C cycle, we have already seen, correct? So which price list you have taken in O2C? Price list name. Go to orders. Price list is showing here. Corporate. In office, you may see some other price list names. Go to order organizer. Sorry. Go to price list, right? Oracle pricing. Correct. So which one I need to select? Global. Correct. Price list. Setup. Here is the place. Shift F5 we can use. Then Shift F5. It will copy the previous row. Okay. Whatever the previous row value is there, that will be copied to the next cell here. And this is a drop ship item. Save. So how much price you are setting up? This is what it is. It's a selling price. So selling price is, let's say, $3,000. Save. That's it. So overall, how many steps we completed? One is item creation. Second one is buyer population. Third one is add item to the price list. Fourth step here is buyer navigation. Add employee to the buyer. Right now I'm taking an existing buyer, so I did not added any buyer, but I shown you the navigation. Do you remember navigation? PO module, setup, personal, then after that buyers. So are you okay with the 4 steps?
Yes.
Actual flow will start now. Flow steps. Initially, we'll get an order from the customer. So definitely what you have to do, we need to create a sales order entry here. This is the first step. Go to order management, responsibility. Order management. Your sales order creation like earlier. Sales orders. Then line items. your item name, true quantity. So this 3000 from where it is coming, you know already, right? That's 3000 is coming from a step that is third step here. Okay. If you want, you can modify also. That is just a default price. Then if you click on availability, definitely it will show there is no quantity available. On hand quantity is 0. So it is, you no need to create on hand quantity here. As we don't have a stock only, we are going with the other supplier in purchasing. So you no need to do this. So the only difference here is if you go to shipping tab here, there is a source type. Okay. We are going to buy from outside. So definitely there is an option here that is external. If you don't take this step, it will become a normal sales order only. Definitely this step is required. Source type external and receiving organization is M1. Okay. Then save. Click on book order. Order has been booked. So once it is booked, in the normal O2C, what was the status you have seen in line level? Awaiting shipping. Now, can you guess what will be the status? Just check. See,
Status booked.
booked only it is. Different, right?
Yes.
How many statuses you know as of now?
One.
Entered first, booked, shipped, picked here, then shipped, already covered. Next, closed, right? Closed also. Any other? We'll see some other statuses also in the next flow. Okay. So two steps completed here, order entry as well as booking. Okay. Now we need to transfer the data from order management to purchase order. So what we are doing here is OM data, order management data to
Purchase.
PO, that to PO requisition interface tables. Okay.
Yeah.
Not finalized tables. I mean to say base tables. PO requisition interface tables as of now we don't know. So let me show you that. Every time, please make a note instead of searching here and there. I told you interface tables, we can get it from one responsibility. Do you remember that? Right, same only. For any module. In Oracle
Yeah.
applications, how many modules are there? Any idea?
326
Modules are there?
300 plus.
Yeah, now 282 plus it is. Click on search. Then product family. Right now you are looking into purchase module. Just check. Purchase module. It's a procurement. Procurement comes under PO here. PO comes under procurement. See,
Yes.
two tier. It's a family like scheduling, portals, everything. Right now, purchasing. Interface type here is
Open interface.
interface. Click on go. Let's see here. If you go to the next page, this is the program here. Requisition import. In this, you will have a tables already mentioned. These tables. These are all called as the interface tables. So PO requisition interface. All PO requisition distribution interface all. We are talking about here PO requisition interface tables. OM base tables you know already, that is OE order address all, OE order lines all. Okay. So to get the data into these two tables, we have to run a program here. That's a workflow background process. You already used in O2C, correct? So what is
Yes.
workflow background process? Any idea? And what are its parameters? I think you already wrote exam, right? Go to order management. Here, item type, right? Same only. OM order line. You must remember all these parameters. In the workflow topic, we'll discuss what is timeout, what about deferred.
Sure.
Non-running activities will go into the deferred actually. Submit. Another request, no? Fine. So you better practice through your user only, not through operations, okay? So that we can track like who is doing mistakes and we can easily advise also. Create your own user. Whatever the work is there, you have to do in your user only, not through operations. Make a habit like that. So once it is completed normal, now we can verify these tables. So this table, PO requisition, interface all. Not sure. I'll use SQL developer. Okay. In this, like we'll identify the recent data. correct? This is the data. Today's record it is. Just arrange in a sorting order here. If you click on this, it will automatically arrange in a sorting order. So these are all not yet populated, request ID, transaction ID, whatever it is appearing here. So this is your record in this, and this came from order entry module. And there is a check quantity. We have selected 2 quantity and it's approved already, correct? So that means data is transferred from order management to purchase order tables here. If you wanted to know item also, there is an item ID. Item table you know already, correct? That is MTL system address B, right? MTL where primary key of that here is inventory item ID, that is equivalent to item ID. So this is the value 94206. So we require segment 1, right? Instead of star, I'm just typing direct. That is drop shipment item, correct? So why 2 rows it's coming, you know, right? Yes, organization ID. Now this step is over here, correct? So 3 steps completed as of now. Now 4th step here is, as the data is available in this interface tables, we have to run a program. The program name here is, we already mentioned in this, that is requisition import. So it will create a data into PO requisition tables. So go to submit a new request, single request, requisition import. It's already registered and it will be available here. And then import source. Import source somewhere I shown you in the table, right? If you, yeah, correct. Just clicking on this. Don't feel comfort with this SQL developer. Source order entry, and then last requisition number is not required. If you want to create multiple distributions, then you can make it yes, else no only. And if you want to initiate approval also after creating a requisition, then you can make it yes here. So these parameters you have to remember for any program. Okay. Then click on go. Another request no. It is not going to create a requisition because we haven't given that list price, right? First steps. Just click on view output. You can see here it is saying number of approved requisitions created is 1, and then number of unapproved, number of interface lines in error. So there are some errors. So errors in which table we can see is there is a PO interface errors. This is the table name, error table. Let's check here. See, this is the error clearly. I'll copy to the notepad. This is error. Read this, you will come to know. Got idea, right? So now, what is the solution for this? You need to go to right, same way. Go to inventory, items, master items. Just to show that error only, I did like that. Otherwise, you can straight away give into purchasing tab here, that is list price. So let's say I'm giving here purchasing price is 2000, selling price is 3000. Okay, selling price we already given in the price list. Got it? List price is now 2000 only. So again, we have to perform all the 4 steps here: order entry, booking, workflow background process. Then one more is requisition import program. It is clear. Go to now order management, order returns, sales orders. Line items here. Save. We may miss that option, so that option here is here. Source type here is external. Save. Book order. Make sure it is having awaiting shipping, or there is a status here that in the main tab that is booked here. Okay, that you have to see. And then after order entry and booking, we need to run here workflow background process. Go to view requests. Yes.
We have to change the tab and then we have to come back to change.
Which line item you meant to say?
Yeah.
Not required because we are submitting through menu, right? It is. So we are going to, you no need to close even here. So, you mean to say your doubt is here?
If you are
Once
if I click on save, the changes will be
automatically saved here.
We need to go into the
No, not required. So order information is just a header information because we are at line level here. Okay. Now go to view requests, then copy workflow background process here, submit another request no, and then you can see the data into the table which I mentioned here, that is the requisition interface table. Okay. So once it is completed normal, again you no need to verify because it's already done. And one more step here is that is run requisition import program. So click on that requisition import. So all the parameters here. Submit. No. If you click on open this, you will be able to see here number of interface lines in error is 0. So earlier you have seen already somewhere requisition import. If you look at, so there was errors, correct? So that errors got rectified. Now you will be able to see here the requisition successfully approved also, not only created, approved also, but we don't know the requisition number here. So to identify that particular number, you can go to actions here, additional line information, and there is a tab here, correct? The tab here is dropship, and this is the number purchase requisition here. So there are two types of requisitions. One is internal, other one is purchase. Purchase means if you buy from outside of your company, that comes under here purchase. Automatically it will populate all this. Take this number here, requisition number. The fifth step here is after running a requisition import program, you can see requisition means purchasing document. It is already created here. Okay. This information, if you wanted to see, there are few tables are here is PO requisition headers all and lines all. Those are all. I'll show you the navigation also. Let me type first. Then PO REQ distributions all. PO rec distributions all it is.
Sir, volume రావడం లేదు సార్.
Sorry.
He said identity.
Can you repeat? Okay. The tables are here is PO requisition headers all. This table, like there are some columns. And here itself you can check where request number is stored into segment 1 column here that I already noted here. Run this. So this is the record which we created today on. I mean your system is created. Okay, and its status, authorization status. Authorization status here is approved. This columns exactly you need to remember. Okay, and what type of the requisition it is? Purchase requisition. We have two types of requisitions. One is purchase, other one is internal. I'll show you the system. I am going to purchase responsibility now, just to show you only. Purchase, then requisitions. So approved requisition, it will not appear here. Let's see that number. So it is not showing. So requisition approved. If it is approved, then we have to search into summary only. Give this number, click on find. It will give you. So whenever you are creating a requisition, then if it is not approved, then you can directly access from this window. If it is approved, you will not be able to see in the screen. So you have to go with the summary here. Clear? Check. There are three levels in this. So one is header level, like who has prepared this, whatever the requisition, and then lines also. Lines will give you the quantity, how much quantity you entered, and from where this 2000 popped up, you know, right? This 2000. So this is the purchasing price. That's it. And distributions also. It's all your system only creating everything here automatically. Okay. So all the three tables here, see headers, lines, and then distributions. All the three tables I mentioned here and typed also. Clear? Requisition is created as well as approved also. So can you guess like what will be the status of sales order right now? What was the previous status? Do you remember? Booked, right? Just go and verify now. Go to order management. So these statuses are very important because your order will stuck at any point of time. So we need to track that. Sales order. This is the sales order number. Go to line items. status. See, this is the status. Awaiting receipt it is. We haven't received the goods as of now from supplier. We just kept a order. Okay. Or we raised a requisition. At this moment, the status of your sales order here is awaiting receipt. This is a line level status.
This is the first status.
No. First status will be entered only.
Entered on.
So at order entry level, it will be entered. Then at booking level, it will be booked here. One more status we missed actually. So can we see again for next sales order? Entered book. At this particular stage, we missed it. So let's see that. I am creating another sales order now. Let's finish this. Then in the next sales order, I'll show you that. Okay. Now, if you change any quantity here, for example, instead of 3, I'm making here 2 quantity. Okay. It will reflect into purchase order automatically because of workflow background process. That's the advantage here. So I'm just making it to 2 here. Save. Why are you changing this? The reason we need to enter any reason, let's say administrative reason, or I'm selecting that is better. Okay, save.
Status, we can change the quantity.
Automatically it is the PO also. Right now we are at PO, right? We are at PO requisition level, but we changed here in the order entry. Earlier we entered 3 quantity. Now we decided to change it to 2. Automatically it will reflect in the requisition quantity.
What level we can change?
Next also next till purchase order.
Purchase order.
Yeah, we'll see the next is PO. Okay, so take this requisition number here. Go to purchase order responsibility. Requisitions summary. Click on find, and you can see the quantity reflected as here 2. Go to lines. This is quantity is reflected, right? So next step here is PO. That is PO creation. So we can do through auto create it is. Purchase order we can do through auto create. There is an option here. If you go, all the steps I already mentioned, creating booking. I'm just verifying all the steps. Make changes to the item quantity also completed. This query, PO requisition interface all, as well as dropship sources. In case of a drop shipment, OE dropship source is the table here. Everything is mapped here. There is interface source line, it is the join condition. We'll find this later. Okay. Then requisition import completed, all the parameters identified. We identified already PO requisition number also in the dropship tab. Correct. Now, so many steps we completed. Just 2 more steps pending, and we'll close the session today. And we change the order quantity. It is reflected. Summary we verified. This is where we are. Auto create. So auto create is a feature. So by using that, we can create a PO automatically from an existing requisition. Otherwise, we may need to enter manually. So some requisition will have 100 lines also. 100 lines we cannot create manually. So that is the advantage with the auto create. Okay. So auto create, I'll show you now. You can press F4 also, it will close every other open forms. This is where option here, auto create. So requisition is over already. The next step is purchase order. If it is one line, we can create like this manually. But if there are n number of lines, then we can go with the auto create here. So this is also a form here. So the existing details we have to clear here, like buyer name, ship. Sometimes it will not match. So there is a button here. Button is clear. Select requisition number and find here. So it is populated automatically all the details. So from where it is picked here? From requisition only. These are all requisition details.
Sorry.
Yeah,
For creating a purchase orders,
correct.
is the vendor setup is done?
Yeah, this vendor setup is, you can see here, there is a vendor, like supplier, site. So we are going to give right now, or else if it is already populated from a supplier list, ASL, approved supplier list, then it will come up automatically. Else we may need to give here, see, I am giving here. The same whatever you asked here, vendor setup it is.
Then we have to.
Yes, we have to give here. It may be a list or it may be independent. So let's say it's, I am creating here advantage car. You can select any of the supplier which is available here. These are all already set up. So I'm giving here advantage car. So site also will give here. This is called as an ASL, approved supplier list it is. Okay. Yes. And then create. So right now it is an incomplete PO. And then now also it will reflect. So if you go and modify in the sales order, now also it will reflect here. Let's say 2 quantity, right? Now let's go there and change the quantity to 1 and verify whether it is reflecting or not. That is the purpose of workflow background process which you submitted. Go to order management. For sales order. What was the previous status, line level status you have seen, guys? Will be still same only. See, same only. We haven't created. Receipt is the next step actually. That's why it is saying awaiting receipt. Now I'm modifying the quantity here. 1 quantity. Again, same reason. Any reason you can give. Save. So here itself also we can find it out. Requisition tab, additional line information. There is a tab here. You don't need to go to purchasing. So you can see here. Purchase order right now. Quantity is 1 only. The line number 1. Then quantity is 1. It's reflected. Go to purchasing tab. This is the PO screen here. Line level. Quantity is 1. So if you change anything in order management, automatically it will reflect into purchase order. Clear? Then, as it is an incomplete PO, we have to approve this. Okay. Where we can approve here is, can go to purchase order. But switching to other module is every time difficult. So here itself, they have given access here. Somewhere you can see purchasing. Then you don't need to switch now. Okay. Purchasing tab. Then there is a purchase orders. After that, purchase orders here. F11, your PO number which you copied. The incomplete PO it is. So we have to approve here. If amount limit is crossed here, let's say if you take 2 lakhs here, then this person will not be able to approve here. So make sure here it should not go beyond 50,000 or 25,000. So we'll discuss separately where we can see approval limit and why they will not be able to approve and all. Okay, otherwise you will stuck. Make sure it will be below 50,000. This total amount.
Can release the PO, example, I created the PO, so I can approve it.
Self-approval, yes, it's there. Yeah, self-approval, but you must have a limit here. We'll have a limit like $25,000, $50,000. That limit we'll discuss in PO or P2P. Click on OK. Then you can see here it's approved. After creating, you raised a PO, then supplier will deliver goods to the customer. So we have to create an acknowledgement saying that we successfully received. So that is called as a PO receipt it is. Okay. So the receipt creation we can see into here only, like there is a receipt receiving. So I'm not switching to PO guys. Here only there is an access here. Receiving receipts. But whatever I am opening, these are all PO related responsibilities or PO related menus. Okay. Here one. Then purchase order. If it is not showing, then you may need to change organization. That's fine. You can't find. So here is the place. Like you have to check the checkbox saying we successfully received quantity one. And you have to observe all this, like who is the supplier and what is the destination and how it is routing also. Sometimes right now it is direct delivery, but we have to verify also. There are various routings. We'll discuss all those in purchase order module. Okay. Let's say stores. Yeah.
Please, someone please communicate any shipment price.
That information we can see here. See, there is a shipment information, or it's not populating right now. Okay, this is just a bill only. Yeah.
So we can't say payment terms here.
Payment terms, you cannot see here because right now we are still at receipt level only. So payment terms we can see into invoice creation level. The next step here. After creating a receipt, the next step is we have to create an invoice, AR invoice. Now click on this header, then click on save. So these type of errors you will get. Please enter a GL date. I think last time also you have seen, right, all this. Please enter a GL date that is within an open purchasing accounting period. So do you remember like periods where we can open in PO? Go to PO. Then setup. Somewhere here you can see organizations, or financial, sorry, accounting, then control purchasing periods. So you have to open this. It's already opened somewhere. We have to open current month related records. So right now there are no records. August, right? 22. There is no data. So do you know the navigation to enter calendar and its entries? GL module, general ledger, and setups, financials, calendars, and then accounting. Your calendar name is here is accounting calendar. You will not face this issue again because I am rectifying right away. Right, so 2022 records we have to add up here. Okay. Right now you are in August month till October. 2 months we have to add future entries. What I will do, I'll just add quickly. Will not take time, or else only August month will add. Let's see for time being. Here is the place, August. So while entering, make sure init cap here, and then proper monthly calendar. Here it comes in our third quarter, 8th month. August 31st, right? So this is where we need to add. So rest of the months also you have to add. Whenever you get a time, you please add. Only one person is fine. You need to validate this. Go to purchase order again. Setup, financials, accounting, and then control purchasing periods. So here is the price, August month 2022. Okay. You will see a record which you added just before we added this. So right now it is not open, so we have to make it open. Only these three statuses are there. And save. Close. Now try to create a receipt here. So that issue will be rectified. You may get another issue. I'll show you that.
The goods that we created a scene to verify how we create first.
No, here goods directly they are delivering to the customer. So
Only verify that.
goods will not verify because physically will not receive, right? So those are all through phone calls or whatever. Offline it will happen. So once they give a confirmation, we have to enter into the system. This is just for acknowledgement only, saying that they have delivered some goods to the customer.
Okay, then
Yeah,
customer-
this is entry only. In this data entry only it is receipt. For because we have to maintain in the system, right?
Supplier also has to give a-
Yes, they need to. There are some goods received, some notification they will send, maybe through workflow or something, or physically also they will send. Check this, check box, then sub inventory, header, and click on save. See, whatever the previously you have seen one issue, right? Purchasing accounting period that is rectified. Now GL date. So to open this GL date, like we have to enter two future enterable periods. Let me add that quickly. Again, same navigation we have to go. Tell me the navigation. Setup. Whenever you face an issue, please make sure this calendar entries. We have to add two future entries. If you want to open August month, system will expect two future entries. That's why I'm entering. There are many things. 2022, third quarter, 9th month. These are future entries because we are in August month, right? October. Usually the whole year it will expect this calendar, but let's see. I'm just checking. And fourth quarter it is 10th month. Quickly we can do. Okay. Let me enter. Again come back. Adjustment period also required. 1 day. This is the last day. Fourth quarter, 11th month. You will not face all these issues and adding this time. Adjustment ADJ. To rectify, they will allow you 1 day in the fourth quarter, 13, only 1 day, that is 31st December. You can have 1 week also, but in this case, 1 day I'm giving. And we have to check this checkbox for only adjustment, not for others. To open that, open and close periods, you can see this navigation. Open period. This is the month. If it gives error saying that there are no enough periods defined in your calendar, you have to add up other months as well. Let's see that. You will get this type of issue. The missing months. Right now it is not given. Warning only, right? So after creating a receipt, then we have two more steps. One more step, that is account receivable invoice. We are almost at last step. Error. This is the error. See, there are not enough periods defined in your calendar. Please define your future and periods. Just give me a few more minutes, guys. January inwards, I mentioned. August completed, right already? Missing periods, you can say this. 2022, are there any missing periods you can verify easily here? Okay. I think there are no missing periods, right? That's fine. Now try to open that. Once it is complete and normal only, we can proceed. So you asked about payment terms or purchase order terms.
No.
Both. Both means like I'll show you.
This is purchase order.
Yeah, payment terms. Yes, yes. Payment terms will be there here. You go to purchase order. I'll show you. Like immediate, net 20, 30. There are many terms out there. I'll show you the navigation. Yeah.
This is the contract only.
Correct. 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 You are working in which technology right now? No. SAP, apps, which one? Huh? SAP. Okay. Okay. SAP procurement, is it?
Yeah, procurement Ariba.
Ariba, okay. So almost terminal similar only like yes, application UI little different. Certain functional, yes, yes. Tables also changed. All ERPs, more than 300 ERPs are same.
You just need to see the navigation.
Yeah, navigate. We can remember. Yes, 2-3 times if you practice, then it will be in your mind only. What? ఎవరు కాకలు కలరా మీకు హాస్టల్లో డబల్ దోశలు తిన్నాడు ఓకేనా
Yes.
Like say like individual job, right?
No, we are a consultant. So
Similar like
no, end user is just to data enter only. So but we are a consultant, we are knowing the entire application technically, functionally and all.
basically you work on all the applications, not
No, both. So we are checking right here in the Toad as well as SQL. This is the backend it is. So you are working on both the things.
Sir, Vemna here.
Sorry,
Vemna.
can you repeat?
Vemna here.
Vemana, yeah, Vemana. Tell me.
I seen in your note there is AR invoice as well for
Yeah,
purchasing.
that is the next step actually.
Okay.
So for that only, your system is not allowing to create a receipt because of the periods. So August month is changed, right?
Yeah.
And that too, maybe they have refreshed the system, it seems.
Okay.
Okay, guys, like we'll stop because its application is not opening. My user is having some issues. So what I'll do, please give me one user, guys. We'll close it off today. One user. Password అందరు పర్సనల్ పెట్టుకున్నారా అంటే చెప్పండి. ఓపెన్ ఓపెన్. సుజాత. ట్రీ. గ్రీనా? Verify that status. It's completed, right? Now you will not face that issue. Just 5 more minutes, guys. So we'll close this. I think code is having issue in every machine, is it? Someone noted down that PO number? No? Did anyone note it? So please call to that support guy, like code is not working. Six, 7, 9, 8, is it? Okay. We'll try to create a receipt here based on existing PO. Receiving, receipt, then M1. PO number is 6798. Click on find. Then check the checkbox of it. Your stores, header, that's it, save. So there is another issue. There are two issues we already rectified. Correct? One is PO period issue, GL period issue. Now it is inventory. Inventory also, right? Our system is not allowing. Okay. For inventory also, there is a navigation. Go to inventory. So 3 errors we got. Correct? Accounting close cycle, inventory accounting periods, M1. So you need to open this August month, right? If you try to open sales status, it is giving here cannot open period. Previous cost period is not opened yet. We have to open this previous again same to open all the periods at once. So there is a script here. That script we need to get it from Google. I'll get from here. Yes, definitely. That's why it's good thing actually we are getting more errors. Right. Definitely will get all these issues. This is the script, guys. Script to open inventory accounting periods. Just take this. Just blindly you can fire this. Okay. Only thing is you need to know slowly what is the period API, like CST accounting period for that open period. Copy this and execute the same. As it is a PLSQL, like we have to press F5 here. For which ARG ID? 204, right? Inventory organization. Anonymous block completed. Now verify this. So just reopen again. Not completed. So just saying here open successful. Okay, okay. So we are verifying in M1, right? M1, what is the inventory organization ID? 207, right? Just give it 5 that. So don't feel that I am not explaining this script at all. It's not required for you. Maybe in conversions and interfaces, after discussing APIs, you will come to know what is the API name, what are its parameters, everything you will come to know. At this moment, just simply fire this. Okay? Uh, Inventory accounting period. Everything is open now. Correct? Whatever the periods are in another not open status, it's open. Manually also we can do, but just for knowledge sake, I have given this script. Clear? Now no more hiccups, guys. We can continue. Go to purchasing. Vision operations. Then receiving. Receipts here. M1. 6789. Is that correct? 98. Fine. Save. You will feel happy now. Like this. Receipt number is created, correct? Let me note down. Receipt. This is the number. And PO number is 6798. Okay. We are at one last step. Any idea what will be the line level status of your sales order? Earlier, what was the status? Yeah. So now it will be shipped here because your your supplier already delivered goods to the customer. Order management super user. Your sales order number I forgot to note down, but I'll get it from this.
Status is closed, sir.
Yes, I'll close this. Based on the date, if you sort it, it will give you the recent order. Since there is a way to get it. Following this. Not showing it. I'll just check somewhere here to workflow background process or whatever. So these programs automatically will call here payables open interface import. Another one is pay and receipt auto invoice. Your account payable invoice is automatically created here. These three programs. So to see the account payable invoice, you can click on view output here. You can see. In AP also, like still it is having an issue. Accounting date not in open period. We missed account payable module. Go to now, but account payable. In payable, there is accounting control payable periods. Such criteria, that is vision operations. We can't find. You need to open right now this month. In how many modules you have open periods as of now? What are they? One is purchase order, GL, inventory, and then payables. And let's open receivable also, otherwise it will stop. Receivables, control, accounting, open close. Now, no more issues, guys, if you open for this month. August month. Save. So again, we have to do all the steps repetitively, like from sales order onwards, because we got issue in account payable, right? So it is taking time. What I will do, I will just record that portion only, last step, and I'll put it to YouTube. Okay? Is that right? Thank you. Thanks for your patience.